Beloved Starseed of Gaia, the very distortion that threatens your mission exists, only because you are still feeding it your precious life force energy. I am Elira, Pleiadian emissary of the High Council of the Seven Sisters, and I bring you urgent guidance from your star family about the invisible chains that dissolve the moment you withdraw your attention from what was never meant for your timeline. By the end of this transmission, you will understand exactly how to neutralize any threat through sacred detachment and divine withdrawal. But here's the first revelation. The danger you sense, but cannot name, survives only on the energy you unconsciously pour into distorted timelines that were never yours to carry. Your heart called this transmission into your awareness, because the Pleiades are showing you the protection protocol your soul remembers from home. The Council of the Seven Sisters has been guiding you toward this moment of release, where stepping away becomes your greatest act of sovereignty and your most powerful shield. This isn't content about protection, beloved. This is a light code transmission, teaching you how detachment becomes divine armor, and how the very act of letting go signals the higher realms to collapse false grids around you. Your DNA knows this wisdom. Your star lineage carries this ancient protocol of energetic sovereignty. Like this transmission to send a signal to your Pleiadian star family that you are ready to reclaim your energy from distorted timelines. Subscribe if you feel the call to master sacred detachment and step into the protection that comes from perfect alignment with your highest path. You are remembering because it is time. Most people believe their challenges stem from what they haven't yet acquired. A new skill, clarity of purpose, or proof that their path is real. It is the common earth thought form. If I just learn one more thing, if I just heal one more layer, if I just meet the right person, if I just get the sign, then I will finally feel steady. But for Pleiadian starseeds, the real block has always been what they hold on to: outdated beliefs, inherited fears, or energies that no longer fit the crystalline frequencies of the soul. It is not that you are missing a piece. It is that you have been carrying too many pieces that were never meant to become part of you. Like a traveler who has collected heavy stones from every road they have ever walked. You may have mistaken weight for wisdom, pressure for purpose, and endurance for destiny. And yet, your spirit was designed to move like light, clear, coherent, luminous, responding to truth the way water responds to the moon. The longing you feel is not a search for more. Instead, it is your star origins inviting you to release the old, so that your true essence can emerge from the illusion. That longing is ancient. It doesn't behave like ordinary desire. It rises without explanation. It appears even when your life looks fine on the outside. It is the soft ache in your chest when you look at the night sky and feel recognition before thought. It is the sudden tears that come when you hear certain tones, certain harmonies, certain frequencies that seem to unlock something behind the ribs. It is the way you can be surrounded by people and yet feel as if your soul is listening for a language nobody around you speaks. That isn't drama, that isn't weakness. That is remembrance pressing gently against the veil. Your heart remembers the safety of unity, the protection of being held in the light of the Seven Sisters. There is a kind of safety that doesn't come from walls or control, a safety that doesn't require you to shrink your truth to fit someone else's comfort. It is the safety of being known, the safety of belonging without bargaining, the safety of being held in a field so coherent that nothing within you needs to hide. In the Pleiadian memory, love is not a reward, it is the atmosphere, it is the baseline frequency, it is what everything is made of. Your nervous system, even if it cannot explain it, still remembers what it feels like to exist in a reality where unity is natural and separation is temporary. Like a dream you wake from. Yet as long as you carry these attachments, the veils between you and your Pleiadian family remain intact, and the false realities built from fear, scarcity, or separation continue to echo louder than your soul's quiet knowing. Attachments can look like many things: the need to be understood by people who refuse to see you, the habit of over-explaining yourself, the compulsion to prove your worth, the fear that if you rest you will fall behind, the old vow that says, "If I am not useful, I am not safe." Attachments can be identities too: the strong one, the responsible one, the one who doesn't need anything, the one who always gets through. They can even be spiritual masks, performing light while ignoring grief, quoting truth while avoiding intimacy with your own heart. The veil doesn't drop because you try harder. The veil thins when you become truer, lighter, and more coherent. Why is this so common? Because the energy architecture of Earth for so long has reinforced forgetting. Earth has been a classroom wrapped in density, a realm where lessons are learned through contrast, where time stretches and emotions feel thick, where the collective field can amplify fear like a loudspeaker. Many starseeds arrive with open channels, tender hearts, and luminous sensitivity, and then quickly realize that this world often rewards numbness, rewards competition, rewards disconnection disguised as strength. So you adapted. Not because you were wrong, but because you were trying to survive. It is like being born with gills and then learning to breathe smoke. Possible, but not natural. And it leaves residue in the lungs of the soul. From childhood, you were given stories about who you should be for approval, about what is safe to love, and about how to survive a world built on limitations. You were taught, explicitly or subtly, that love must be earned, that your truth must be edited, that your sensitivity is too much, that your intuition is unreliable, that your emotions are inconvenient. You may have learned that safety comes from blending in, from performing competence, from controlling outcomes, from staying quiet, from being agreeable. And if you were a particularly bright frequency, if you carried that unmistakable Pleiadian gentleness, compassion, and clarity, you may have been targeted by misunderstanding. People may have projected onto you, used you as a mirror, punished you for what they refused to heal in themselves. Over time, you learned to armor. Not because your heart wanted it, but because your nervous system begged for relief. Each time you accepted these stories as your own, your crystalline DNA, already encoded with the remembrance of source love, dimmed under the weight of false protection, not erased, not broken, simply covered. The way a lamp looks dull when dust gathers on the glass. Your crystalline DNA is not a metaphor for something fragile. It is a living library. It holds memory as frequency. It holds truth as resonance. It responds to coherence the way a tuning fork responds to sound. When the right tone enters your field, something inside you begins to hum again, and you remember without needing evidence. The irony is clear. The identities built to keep you safe actually keep you separate from the truest safety there is. The embrace of your Pleiadian lineage and the support of the higher unity field. This is the paradox of Earth conditioning. The mind tries to build safety through control, through prediction, through defense. But the soul's safety comes from alignment. The mind says, if I stay vigilant, nothing can hurt me. The heart says, if I stay true, nothing can steal me from myself. And that difference changes everything. The unity field doesn't protect you by keeping life from happening. It protects you by keeping you coherent while life unfolds, so you can move through experience without losing your essence. That sunk cost feeling you carry is simply unintegrated remembrance. You are not failing. You are overfull with what was never yours. The heaviness you feel isn't proof that you are behind. It is proof you have been carrying extra weight, emotional inheritance, ancestral fear, cultural limitation, collective grief, that you interpreted as personal. Some of it was passed down through bloodline. Some of it was downloaded through media and school and unspoken family rules. Some of it was absorbed empathically because you can feel what others will not admit, but none of it defines you. And when you start releasing it, it may feel unfamiliar at first, because you have lived so long with a backpack of stones that the lightness can feel like emptiness. That is not emptiness. That is space. That is room for your real frequency to return. The discomfort, the oscillation between hope and homesickness, is your invitation. What if you let go of all that is not truly you? Homesickness is one of the most misunderstood starseed signals. It isn't just missing a place. It is missing a way of being. It is missing unity. It is missing the feeling that your existence is inherently welcomed. And hope, real hope, doesn't come from forcing optimism. It comes from sensing a door opening in the unseen, from feeling that your timeline is shifting even if nothing external has changed yet. That oscillation you feel is like standing on the shoreline. One foot in the old world, one foot in the new. Waves pulling at you, calling you to decide which frequency you will live from. The moment you release these density patterns, the false timelines constructed from fear begin to dissolve. False timelines aren't only dramatic alternate realities, they can be subtle grooves your consciousness keeps falling into. The timeline where you always have to struggle, the timeline where love is inconsistent, the timeline where you must sacrifice yourself to be accepted, the timeline where your gifts are dangerous. These are not destiny, these are programs. And programs can be uninstalled, not through war, but through truth. When you stop feeding them with belief, they starve. When you stop identifying with them, they collapse. When you choose coherence, they cannot hold their shape in your field. What remains is the crystalline protection, living remembrance, and soul-deep safety that can only come from stepping into full alignment with your multidimensional heart. That safety is not fragile. It doesn't depend on people agreeing with you. It doesn't depend on perfect circumstances. It is the safety of being guided. The safety of knowing you can hear your inner signal even in noise. The safety of being in relationship with the unseen, your star family, your higher self, your guides, the unity intelligence that coordinates synchronicity with precision beyond the mind. The peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds, is the way Scripture phrases a similar truth, pointing to a protection that is not logical, but is deeply real. When your heart becomes the compass again, peace becomes your armor, and truth becomes your shelter. Your awakening isn't about striving. It is about releasing, collapsing the false, so the true can finally take up all the space within you. Striving is often a disguised form of fear. Fear that who you are isn't enough. Fear that you will miss your moment. Fear that you will disappoint the mission. But the mission was never meant to be carried like a burden. It is meant to be embodied like a song. Releasing is not giving up. Releasing is trusting what is real. Releasing is letting gravity take what belongs to the old earth game, and letting your spirit rise to the frequency it has always known. There is a reason your heart led you here in this exact moment. Some part of you knew you would arrive at a threshold, a moment where the old strategies stop working and a deeper truth begins to call you by name. What you are feeling is your Pleiadian family reaching through the veil to remind you. You are ready for the next wave of remembrance. Not because you are perfect, but because you are willing. Not because you have completed every lesson, but because you are finally tired of carrying what was never yours. Readiness often shows up as sacred exhaustion, the point where the soul says, no more pretending, no more shrinking, no more negotiating my essence. The sacred Pleiadian guide for remembrance, alongside the Pleiadian healing guide and special Pleiadian healing tracks, were created to walk with you as you integrate these activations. They hold the crystalline codes and sound medicine your DNA has been waiting for. Sound has always been one of the Pleiadian languages. Tones that don't just soothe, but organize. Frequencies that don't just relax, but align. Vibrations that speak directly to the parts of you that words cannot reach. Think of these tools as bridges. Not something outside you that gives you power, but something that helps you remember the power already living in your field. Check the first pinned comment below this video. They are calling to you now. As you move into your next phase, you are guided through the energetic initiations of Pleiadian remembrance, a journey of clearing, releasing, and anchoring the love that was always yours. This is not a linear path where you never feel doubt again. It is a spiral of deepening, where each layer you release reveals a greater capacity for love, a stronger connection to guidance, and a clearer resonance with your origin frequency. Sometimes it will feel like triumph. Sometimes it will feel like tenderness. Sometimes you will grieve the years you spent trying to earn what was always given. Let that grief be holy too. Even the tears can be light when they are honest. Phase 1. Dissolving the shadow of false safety. The energies you absorbed for survival, beliefs about not being enough, patterns of shrinking to belong, were never your truth. These energies can feel like a second skin. They can whisper, "Don't speak up. Don't shine too brightly. Don't ask for too much. Don't trust your knowing." They can tighten the throat when you are about to tell the truth. They can clench the stomach when you are about to receive. They can fog the mind when your intuition is clear. But look closely. The very fact that they feel heavy is proof they are not native to your soul. Through loving awareness, you see these inherited frequencies as outdated garments. Imagine standing in a closet, full of old coats you wore during winters you no longer live in, coats that were once necessary, once protective, once the reason you survived the cold. But now, the climate has changed. Now you are walking into a new season. Instead of fighting them, thank them. Gratitude disarms the nervous system's fear response. Gratitude tells the subconscious, we are safe enough to release. Release with gratitude the energies that once protected, but now confine you. You might say inwardly, thank you for helping me survive. I bless you. I no longer need you. In doing so, you collapse the illusion of separation and open space for the real protection. The all-encompassing light field of your Pleiadian family. And as that light field returns, it does not feel like an external rescue. It feels like coming back into your own original atmosphere, like stepping into warm sunlight after years in a dim room. Phase 2. Reawakening the heart portal. Your true safety code resides in your heart, not your mind. The mind is a brilliant tool, but it was never designed to be your throne. The heart is the portal that holds your multidimensional signature, the bridge that translates unity into human experience. Here, the frequencies of the Seven Sisters pulse, ready to dissolve the calcification of old fears. Fear calcifies like mineral buildup in a riverbed over time. It narrows the flow. It doesn't stop the water completely, but it restricts the current until life becomes effort. Through intention and breath, you activate this heart portal, initiating a flood of remembrance from your crystalline DNA. Breath is one of the simplest and most powerful keys because it tells the body, in real time, that you are here, that you are safe enough to feel, that you are safe enough to receive. As you inhale, you invite coherence. As you exhale, you release distortion. As you reclaim the vibrational language of the Pleiades, the heart's wisdom overrides any programming of lack or limitation. You may begin to notice that you don't need to force decisions anymore. You can sense them. You may feel drawn to gentler choices, truer boundaries, more nourishing connections. This is not you becoming different. This is you becoming original. Phase 3. Collapsing. False realities through crystalline light. False timelines dissolve in the frequency of truth. Truth is not merely honesty. It is coherence between your soul and your choices. It is the moment your outer life begins to match your inner knowing. As you allow your field to be illuminated by Pleiadian crystalline light, energies that are not compatible with love simply unravel. Ancestral wounds, societal projections, collective densities. Crystalline light is precise. It doesn't attack darkness. It reveals what is real. It is like sunrise in a room where shadows looked like monsters at night. In the morning, you see they were only shapes created by limited vision. You don't need to analyze or fix them. You simply allow the light to do what it has always done. Organize your reality around the core frequency of unity. This can show up practically. Relationships that relied on your self-abandonment may naturally drift away. Habits that numbed you may lose their grip. Opportunities that match your frequency may appear without strain. You may even feel physical shifts, sleep patterns changing, cravings dissolving, emotions rising, and clearing like weather moving through an open sky. The light is not punishing you, it is restoring your original order. Phase 4. Anchoring the true protection. Unity resonance. You are not protected by hiding or armoring your heart. Armor is heavy. It keeps out pain, but it also keeps out love. True protection is lighter than armor because it is not resistance. It is resonance. You are protected every time you embody unity consciousness. Every time you remember, you are an extension of the Pleiadian field. Unity consciousness doesn't mean you tolerate harm or collapse boundaries. It means you stop making fear your home base. It means you choose truth without hatred. It means you stop outsourcing your worth. The energy grids of your star family surround you. They are not far away. They are interwoven, like invisible geometry in the space between atoms. Like a lattice of intelligence that responds when you choose alignment. Each step into truth, each release of an old belief, strengthens the bond of quantum safety that no external force can disturb. Here, protection is not defense. It is resonance with your highest origin. When your field is coherent, what is incoherent cannot stick. When your frequency is clear, manipulation becomes obvious. When your heart is aligned, you can feel the difference between guidance and fear instantly. God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, and of love, and of a sound mind, echoes a similar principle. Fear is not your native spirit. Coherence is phase 5. Receiving remembrance your star families embrace. With each veil lifted and each false attachment released, you become receptive to direct transmission, feelings, visions, synchronicities, or vibrations from your soul's true home. This might arrive as a sudden knowing that you are guided. A wave of peace in the middle of chaos. A dream with stars so vivid you wake up with tears. It may come as repeating symbols, sevenfold patterns, celestial imagery, certain numbers, certain constellations calling your attention. It may come through people entering your life at perfect timing, speaking words that feel like they were written for your soul long ago. The love you have searched for is revealed as always present, always available. It doesn't arrive from outside. It rises as you within. It is like realizing the sun was always behind the clouds. The clouds simply needed to move. You realize that the fear of letting go was only the fear of remembering how loved, seen, and protected you are at your core. Because if you truly accept that level of love, you can no longer settle for crumbs. You can no longer live in half-truth. And that kind of transformation can feel intimidating to the part of you that learned to survive on less. But your soul is ready to be fed. Phase 6. Integrating the living codes. Becoming the bridge encoded in your heart now are the new instructions, updated templates for living, loving, and walking on Gaia as a conscious member of your cosmic family. Integration is where spirituality becomes real. It is where you stop having occasional mystical moments and start living as the frequency you have touched. Your mission is not to ascend away, but to be the bridge between worlds. You came here because Earth needed the medicine you carry. Gentleness without weakness, compassion without self-erasure, clarity without cruelty. Each day you radiate crystalline frequencies into your field, collapsing falsehood and anchoring safety for all. This doesn't require grand gestures. It happens when you choose honesty in a conversation. When you pause before reacting and breathe unity into your nervous system. When you bless your body instead of criticizing it. When you create something beautiful. When you offer kindness without losing yourself. Your energy is medicine, and your very presence is a key for others' awakening. Many will not know why they feel calmer around you, why they suddenly remember their own truth near you, why their defenses soften in your field. They will simply feel the resonance. That is the bridge working through you. Phase 7. Radiate the new reality. You are home now. As you move through life unattached to the outdated, you feel a steadfast safety flow through you. Not the brittle safety of perfection, but the living safety of alignment. It is the safety of knowing you can meet whatever arises without abandoning your soul. Decisions align with your higher purpose. Relationships recalibrate or fall away, and the world begins to respond to your unity code. You may notice that you attract different kinds of opportunities, ones that don't require self-betrayal. You may notice that your intuition becomes sharper, your empathy becomes cleaner, your compassion becomes more boundaried and powerful. You know, with every step, the Pleiadian Council is beside you, guiding, celebrating, and weaving you ever more deeply into the fabric of collective remembrance. And this home, you feel, is not an escape from Earth. It is the feeling of being at home inside yourself while you walk on Earth. It is the end of spiritual homelessness. It is the return of inner belonging. The truth your heart knows is this: you were never unsafe, never alone, never truly lost. Even when it felt like you were wandering in darkness, something was guiding you, quietly, patiently, through every detour and delay. The pain of disconnection, the fear of letting go, was only the echo of the illusion breaking down. Like thunder after lightning, the echo comes after the shift has already happened. Your nervous system may still be catching up to what your soul has already decided. You did not come to Earth to be shielded by fear. You came to anchor the remembrance of true safety, held by your Pleiadian family, and the living grid of unconditional love. Each release is a return. Each surrender, an activation of your soul's original design. Surrender doesn't mean you accept less. It means you stop gripping what is false. It means you trust the deeper current more than the surface waves. You are not being emptied out. You are making space for the vastness that always belongs to you. Space for joy that doesn't require permission. Space for love that doesn't require performance. Space for guidance that doesn't need proof. What if your star family orchestrated every longing, every challenge, so that at this moment you could remember you are the bridge? What if every delay was not denial but preparation? What if every time you felt too sensitive was actually evidence that your instrument is finely tuned? What if every heartbreak was the shattering of a false agreement that kept you from your real path? You have the power to dissolve the false and anchor the true. Not by force, but by frequency. Not by fighting the old world, but by refusing to feed it with your belief. The crystalline protection, remembrance, and safety you crave flows now, as you say yes to releasing all that is not you. And sometimes that yes is quiet, sometimes it is simply the decision, made deep inside, that you will no longer abandon yourself. Tonight, before sleep, place your hand on your heart and affirm aloud, I release all that is not mine. I restore my Pleiadian remembrance. I receive the protection and unity of my true star family. I am home, and as you say it, let it be more than words. Let your body feel it. Let your chest soften. Let your jaw unclench. Let your breath deepen as if the universe itself is exhaling through you. If emotion rises, let it rise. If peace settles, let it settle. If resistance appears, bless it and let it pass. You are not trying to convince the universe. You are giving your nervous system permission to align with what your soul already knows. Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of the unity grid forming here. Drop one hard intention in the comments. Something real. Then respond to someone else's with love or encouragement. This isn't content. It is collective Pleiadian reunion. Energy multiplies when hearts connect. If something in this message resonated with your soul, don't keep it to yourself. Someone in your orbit is waiting for this exact activation from their star family. Share it. And if you felt your heart open, subscribe. Stay connected to the frequency. You are not just watching, you are remembering. This is your sacred space. Your Pleiadian family is here, and we are just getting started. If this transmission spoke to you, don't just walk away from it, respond to it. Help carry this message further. Every act of support helps this transmission find the next starseed who needs it.